Hi there, this is a video by the unofficial ScanNCut UK blog. I wanted to take you through the pen holder, the Sharpie marker from 3D Fun Prints, and how to adjust line spacing on your ScanNCut and what line spacing actually means. Okay, so as I said, I'm using the 3D Fun Print Sharpie holder. And it fits this type of Sharpie fine point, which is easily available, and it's really easy to use. You just unscrew the top. The lid is a little bit tight on the pen. You just pop your Sharpie in there and then you screw the lid back on. Really simple. Really quick, no other adjustments needed. Okay, so I'm going to take you to the machine, and I apologise for my camera work. And as you can see, it has a line, and that denotes the front of the Sharpie marker holder. So you have the line facing the front, and you just drop it in, and away we go. Now, onto line spacing. And I apologise about the wonkiness, but I'll try to keep the camera as still as I can. Now, as you can see, I have a fill pattern on the screen. So if I turn that off a moment, this is how, if you have a pattern on your screen, it would normally appear. So what do you do if you want your pattern to colour in? Okay, so first thing we're going to do, this is the SDX 1200. And it's a similar button on the CM900. We're going to press this part of the screen here, and we're going to turn our fill pattern on. So if we do that, you can see now the pattern's filled, and what the machine will do is it will colour in, it will draw the outline, then colour in the inside of your shape or pattern. Okay, but what we have to take into consideration is that some nibs are wider or thinner than others. So if we go back into fill, if you see here, there's something called fill line spacing. Okay, so let's just make sure you can see that. And what this means is this is how far apart the machine draws the lines. So as default, it's 0.3 millimeters. So every line the machine draws when it's colouring in will be 0.3 millimeters apart. Now, I've done some experimentation with the Sharpie marker, and as you can see, this was at 2 millimeters, and as you can see, I've got lines and gaps showing because the lines are further apart. And I have an ideal setting here, and this is 1 millimeters. Okay, so how do we adjust it on the screen? It's really simple. So we're just going to now go up, and as you can see, it goes up to all different amounts. So if I choose 1 millimeter and show you, you won't actually see much of a difference on screen. Okay, but you can see the lines are further apart. Now, because your ScanNCut won't draw like this, and you won't have lines because the nib is wider. Okay, so if I increase the line spacing even more, just to show you how this feature works, now you can see the lines are a lot further apart. Okay, and by decreasing the line spacing down, we'll go right down to the minimum. As you can see, it's closely filled. Now, the closer your lines are together, the longer the machine is going to take to colour in. Okay, so you don't actually need the default, as I said, is 0.3 mil. Okay, and all that's going to happen is with a wider nib, it's, you know, your lines are going to overlap too much and it's going to take too much time to fill. So I recommend you go to 1 mil. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that's going to draw. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this shape right down, because obviously we don't want to draw a huge great big thing. It'll take too long. Okay, so let's load the mat. And as you can see, I've already been doing some testing. And as I've been doing some testing, we're going to scan in, just so we know where we can place our pattern on the mat. And don't worry if your paper curls up like that, it's just that it's not stuck to the mat properly, it's not an issue. Okay, so I'm just going to, I'll remove it there in the middle. Now you select draw and start, and what your machine is going to say is attach appropriate holder, and you're just going to click OK and start again, and your machine will draw. And that was very quick to fill in, and as you can see, we've got a perfect fill. Now, so when you go back to maybe a finer nib pen, what you have to do is you have to remember to turn your line spacing back down. Okay, so as I said, the standard or the default is 0.3 millimeters, and to turn your fill off, if you don't want the machine to colour in anymore, you just turn off. Okay, hope that helps, and I'll see you in another video.